back, and the kings ride ugly. Pull up at the diorama, rust on chrome. Tiny chaining fence, that's a barbed wire throne. Even Dookie in the cut crown, sitting off center patch on the vest. Say stormy weather, cold temper, not counting map on the wall with pins. Every back road mark where the trouble begins. Got some crew on the shelf, that's a war museum. Ever figured out then like I really lead them. Paint chip knuckles, scar on the jaws. Black shoulder pad, brass teeth in them all. Patchwork jeans, heavy boots for the mud. If you see that smirk in the plastic, you're done. I'm the king of dreadnoughts, riding out the frame in our county. Now cold waves full of smoke and rowdy. Custom killers on the shelf, yeah, come around me. Evil Dookie run the line. Everybody bow down, they surround me. I'm the king of dreadnoughts. Whole crew posed up looking naughty. Broken asphalt base, looking dark. Real grimy from the pigs to the depths, to the walls behind. Evil Dookie in the seat. Every knock right there, you can't find me. Got the bikes all lined, front tire turn. Chains hang low like a lesson learned. Twin pipes blacked out, silver scratching through. Tiny kickstands digging the rubber and glue. Sidecar stacked with bats and blades. Headlight hit yellow like I never seen shade. License plates crooked, stick a half pill. Scars on the gas tank scarred up steel. Vehicles parked by a buster road sign. Knock County spray tag, crooked on the line. Junkyard gate made of popsicle sticks, but it looked like steel through a lens in a pic. Narcos clip with the phone going white. Little plastic waves crash on the moonlight. Campfire sculpted with an orange clear flame. Every shadow say, remember the...
What is up? What is up? Man, what a weekend. What a weekend.
Now, you the king of Knott County, baby. You got this. Come on, man.
I'm about to focus just on the county and say screw this damn HOA crap. That's for damn sure. I'm getting tired of this stuff. Almost didn't make it to my own damn show. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's life, bro. You got to take it how it comes, man.
That's ignorant people is what it is.
But hey, in that intro video, man, you know, I seen your old custom with the the Adidas shoes on them.
Yeah,
and man, those boots make such a fucking difference, man. The
they do.
Boots you put on, not that the Adidas look bad. It just gives it so much more of a rugged, hardcore look, man. So
it's more an authentic look than anything, you know, to me at least.
Yeah.
The sad part is now I got to find another vein. And I checked eBay.
Well, I'm sure they're abundant. I don't think they're sold out yet. They probably have a big bad toy store too.
And the messed up part is, you know, the fodder prices. You looking for fodder like I'm just looking for parts or something like that, and the fodder damn price is almost like what $3 cheaper than buying a new fig. So you must just buy the whole new figure.
Right. Have you seen that one website called Joe Bits, where it's like a guy breaking down classifieds? And then he's selling out like all the different pieces individually. Have you seen that website? It.
It's called Joe Bits.
Yeah, Joe Bits. I ran into it last week. But you know that would be a good idea, man. As much, you know, Big Bad Workshop, Valaverse, Classified. Man, I got bins on bags on boxes of parts, man. That would be a good way to, you know, slim down the collection a little bit.
Yeah, there's one thing too. Like the last time I sent Lonzo something. I sent him a whole box full of crap, man. I was like, I'm not going to use this stuff. Might as well give it to somebody who can get use out of it, you know? Like a fodder care package.
Yeah, you know, people like that. Well, you too, man. I'm sure you always are looking for pieces for your world building. But the action figures sold separately. I know he has all kind of compartments for fodder.
Yeah. I mean, I think I showed you those bins I've got. They're like little 12 like crayons bins, wherever they are, in one box. And I got like heads and guns and stuff in there. But for the most part, I mean, the figure stuff, I keep all my figures. If I bust a figure open and I only have one of them, it goes in a bag or a little coffin. The rest of them, I go ahead, you know, if I have multiples of them, I just throw them in the bin. But then that's when I start separating heads, hands, legs, stuff like that.
Right. Well, you want to say what's up to the chat?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I need to get my mind off that other stuff anyhow.
Well, hey, do I need to come out there and make a trip, man? Do we got to put hands on somebody, man?
No, we're good. I ain't wasting time in the clink for these fools. If it's going to be for something, it's going to be for something I want to be in the clink for. What's up, son? Now, I talked to my mom earlier today. She's like, oh, I'm out there cleaning my car. I was like, you better be careful. It's like 108 down here. She's like, it's 75 with like 40% humidity. I was like, well, lucky you guys.
I know, right?
What's up, Knock Renegade? Paul Smoking and Logan, what's up? We ain't got the soundbite like Savage's got. What's up, Hustle?
Yeah, I know. I'm so used to dropping that shit every time I see the name.
Yeah. What's up, Cobranomics? He got a hell of a collection going himself, like we mentioned yesterday about his stuff. And again,
Yeah,
shout out to him, man, hooking me up with that
Yeah.
250 and helping me out with some other figures.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I have seen his videos, man. I knew for some reason though I had it mixed up in my head last night that he was the guy from Canada. But then after you said he's the dude from NC, I knew exactly who you're talking about, man. He has like a big table in the middle of his room with a bunch of figures. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, he's got a nice collection, man.
Yeah, he's our version of Woody.
Cobranomics. Let's see who else we got. We got White Mike in the building.
What's up, White Mike?
I think that's about it right now. Everybody else is just kind of talking. So
Yeah, Not Renegade. The spare heads, I hold on to them if I don't think I'm gonna. If I think I'm gonna use them, I'll hold on to them. If not, I mean, I give them to my kid or I just give them away. But now I'm starting to get into sculpting. Lonzo actually called me the other day, and I was talking to him about it. So I've been trying to do a little bit of sculpting and like taking a new figure and putting a beard or something on him to see how it's gonna come out. Because I tried using the epoxy on the rescue truck I'm working on. It's a WWE Slambulance truck, and it's got that crack in the hood, so the hood can fold in the middle, like when they get thrown in the hood. I'm trying to cover it up and make. So I was like, you know what? Let me try doing a damn beard on an old head that I don't need. And it's coming, but it's coming slow.
That Major Marcus custom that we showed last night, it was a Falcon. Do you remember that? You remember the Falcon we showed?
Yeah, the goatee.
Yeah, the goatee, man. That changed the whole look of that figure, man.
Yeah, it does.
So,
and you can get more head sculpts, I mean, you can use the same head sculpt over and over if you just do different facial features to it or hair features. What's up, NorCal?
Yeah, JMK Customs. I bought a 10-pack of heads from him back this past fall, right before Christmas. And man, that's what he did, man. He took like Rakondo, Duke, and just added a little bit of that stuff, gave him a beard, gave him a mustache, and dyed their hair, and it just completely changed the look of the figure, man. You couldn't even recognize it as Duke anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, using it like you're getting fodder parts, and you're looking for multiple head sculpts. I mean, they can get pricey, $10, $20, $30 a pop if you want to get them all pre-painted. But if you just can use the same stuff you already got in your bin and just reuse it, it's even better. Yeah, Wildfire's up for Knock Renegade up in Canada. I know my cousin's husband hit me up. They're up in Mass, and they're on the coast over by Cape Cod, and they're getting the smoke from up there. So it definitely ain't good.
There's wildfires in North and South Carolina too right now.
Yeah.
I was watching that on the news last night.
From what I heard, the wind's supposed to be coming through and pushing that out, so hopefully that'll happen. We need some cooler weather. We need a cool front, that's for damn sure. I appreciate that, NorCal. So he puts facial hair and figs all the time. If someone is interested or needs some, hit them up. We can work something out.
So what is the best product, man? Is it epoxy or what do you use for that?
The stuff that I got is a 2-part from Amazon. Lonzo told me about it. It's downstairs, but it's like it comes in 2 different jars. Like man, we ain't got hair to style, but like the gel tablet or the gel packs you would get, like half the size of a roll of toilet paper.
Okay.
And it's a 2-part. It's a 50-50 mix, just like doing Bondo or JB Weld. You just sit there and you roll it together, and then you put it on that stuff, and then it's all carbon and smoothing stuff out.
Giving it texture.
Yeah, but it's just practicing. That's all. Yeah, son, I don't know how you guys do it up there. I heard the air is bad. Yeah, 2-part epoxy sculpt. NorCal said it right. And Knock Renegade asked, is that how I got Buzzer's beard? But no, I bought that one. Happy birthday, Tracy. Big 5-0. We ain't there yet, but
yeah, happy birthday, Tracy.
Make sure
Hey,
your
it's
husband
right
gets
around
you
the
something
corner,
good.
man. 50's right around the corner, bro.
Yeah, 3 for me.
Man, my daughter turns 29 this year on July 31st. So that's me and my wife were talking, man. My daughter, I ain't 50 yet, but I'm right around the corner to it. I'm really close. But our daughter turns 29 years old in a few weeks, in about a week.
Talking about vehicles earlier. Hell, we can be shopping for damn wheelchairs and stretchers and strollers pretty soon for us.
Well, that's why I made that comment earlier, man. I'm looking at all the stuff I got, and I was watching that Super Dave and 610 video, and they were talking about all the stuff that's going to be coming out. Man, they went all the way up until 2028 in that video, man.
Yeah.
They were going pretty far out, and man, you just sit back and think, and you got the Big Bad Workshop product that's coming out. All the Valaverse stuff that we saw at DFW, bro. It's crazy, man, to think how much we all got right now and how much stuff is still coming down the pipeline, man.
I mean, you've seen Cullen in my room, and that kid's got his sister got him the Lego Bowser train for his birthday this year. So that was like, I don't know, 1,500 pieces. And usually this kid, man, I will put together a Lego, and then usually he tears it apart in like 30 minutes. It's completely devastated.
Right.
Yeah,
playing with it. Yeah, playing with it.
He takes it apart. He's like, I modified it, I customized it, I did something, which is cool because it's his imagination. But this one we told him, like, look, you can't take this one apart. So he's got the toy room, he's got his room, he's got a little table down in the living room that he plays on, and then he's got the front room. So the kid's got like 4 playrooms, and it's just bleeding all over the place. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even have Joe's.
Well, that's cool that you guys got each other, man. My boys never really got into it. They've always been into either sports or video games. So
yeah, I tried showing
cherish
him
that, man.
I showed him a damn Lego video the other day. I mean, that thing was it was like in a warehouse. I'll have to say, I mean, it's impressive to see it all in one sitting,
Well, Lego collecting, that's actually a big thing, man. People, there's a big world of Lego collectors, man. Especially compared to G.I. Joe, man. We're just a fraction compared to how people do the Lego collecting. They take that shit real serious, man.
Yeah, them sets are expensive, man. Like, he was watching this one guy, I guess he's out in England, and he's always on. It's on YouTube or whatever the kid watches. But the guy put together 1,000 different little minifigures, and it was like 8 different display cases he had. I mean, it was nuts. And my son-in-law said that some of those minifigures are hundreds of dollars.
Holy shit. Yeah, when I was a kid growing up, my first experience with troop building was this up in near Chicago. We lived outside Gary. There was this guy, it was the Legos with the Robin Hood. You remember the Robin Hood and castles? You remember those when we were kids?
Yep, the Knights.
Yeah, so he was army building the Knights, and he had like different factions. How like we got the Blue Army or the Crimsons or the Alley Vipers. He had whole big castles and then hundreds of little Lego guys with the flags and on the horses and all kinds of shit, man. But I remember being like 8 years old and seeing that shit and being really impressed with it at the time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Krobonomics, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I love Mobb Deep, man.
Yeah, I seen that knock, and apparently I don't understand it all. I try to have my son-in-law explain it to me, and apparently it's just a whole scam that they're trying to do, and it's been going on. Somebody exposed them, and it's a whistleblower, and blah blah blah. So it ain't something I got to worry about. I mean, I get stuff for my kid, but I'm not flipping the stuff like they are. Well, let's get into it, man. I think we got a good topic. I've got some surprises for you, and I know we had to upload the slides earlier, and I specifically said I didn't want to see your shit, and I didn't want you to see mine because I think I might hit you up with a couple off the wall ones here.
Well, so to the chat, I don't know. Did you put in the title what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, I think I did. Well, maybe I didn't. But what we're doing is top 10 vehicles ish that we want to see in classified form that are not out or not announced. And we may have missed one or two. Maybe they did say one we didn't hear about, rumor mill, but we're going to go over the top 10. And this is my top 10, your top 10. And the chat as we go ahead. Feel free for the chat to jump in here and tell us which ones you think you want to see as well. But before that, go ahead.
Well, hold up, man. My bad on that. I didn't catch that last part. I do have, I think, one in there that it hasn't been officially announced, but we know it's coming.
It don't matter.
So I missed that. It hasn't been officially announced, but we know it's coming. There's a couple in there that we know that are coming. But, you know, it was hard for me to, yeah.
Not Renegade nailed it. Yeah. I didn't put the Thunder Machine on here, obviously. That would be my number one of one.
But man, after I compiled my list, man, I was like, well, damn, man, you know, a lot of these, they're so big, man, they would have to be HasLabs or, you know, definitely a big made to order. So I was going to go back and rearrange it, but I just left it, man. I do have a couple small ones because I do think that the classified scale, it's a good scale to have those smaller vehicles like the Trouble Bubble, the glider that we got, the Fane, the four-wheelers, the Ram, you know, those are good sized vehicles for a shelf, you know, to display stuff and your collection not get out of hand. So but there's not too many vehicles. There's not a whole lot of vehicles like that, you know, to choose from. You know, there's a few.
I think I have a good variation. I think I'm on the spectrum of left and right all the way. We'll see.
So for all y'all wondering, this is my garage right here.
Yeah, this is what our garage should look like.
White Mike said he's working on his garage. This is how we just set up my garage right here, White Mike.
This is actually what Bobby Wall's garage probably looks like. Off to the side, you just can't see because he's got that massive diorama in it. He's got a 2-stall with the damn Rattler picture he sent me. Looks like a micro machine in that thing.
Now this would be the dream to have a place like this.
Yes, absolutely. And not have to worry about a shed. All right, so where are we at? I wish you could show me what slide's coming up. All right, so I got new segments I'm going to add throughout the next couple of shows. Where's that video part? So new to the county is anything. This is going to be anything that new to my house, new to your house, or mainly is what I would like to focus on is new for like diorama stuff that people may not be tracking. So I only got one or two things right now, and I know you ain't got much. So, but go ahead and hit the video part of it, the intro for it. So I'm going to blow myself up real quick. The only thing I got that other than 4 motorcycles on eBay for
Dookie. Think we just lost Dookie or did we lose me? Everybody's in the chat. Who's froze? Is it Dookie or me? Dookie froze. All right, cool deal. So while we're waiting for him to come back on, he just sent me a text saying he lost the internet. I don't have much diorama stuff that I got this week, but I did get these guys in. The Gridiron Warfare. to Monster Force. So right now I got 7 of these, and of course I got the Commander Gridiron that I've gotten in. So I got a total of 8 of these, and unfortunately I did not get the chase. So out of 7 of these, open them up, man. Believe it or not, I got all blue heads except for 1. So any of y'all that don't know, you get like a blind bag with the heads in them, and I think they had blue, green, white, and then there was a silver chase. And out of all them, I got all of them blue. So except for 1 green. So I got those in, and these are basically, if you know anything about Big Bad Workshop, they're basically just a straight repaint of these figures right here. And these are the Phantom Corps. But great figures, the great troop builders. If y'all don't have these, I would recommend getting them. I don't think they're on Big Bad anymore, but I believe you can get them from Gridiron directly. Also, as far as props, down at Joe Fest, I think I showed these off before, but we got these right here. They're little mini records that I got from Action Figures sold separately. It's all hip hop albums, man. And once you open them up, they even got the records that come out. You got the vinyl. But he's got some classics in here. He's got Doom, Public Enemy, very detailed. Thank Dookie's back. But yeah, this is what I got right here. So, Dookie, I'll let you go back to what you were showing, buddy.
Just a Thunder Machine, and like I said, I got 4 bikes from Marvel Legends. I don't know how long it's going to last. Like I told you, it was black. My truck is outside. We're getting storms, and it's cracking the house. But we're going to roll a little more. The Thunder, I finally got one. It's complete, but it's got a couple broke pieces. Brush guard, and it doesn't have his weapon, and it wasn't stickered. So I'm going to go do that, and it'll go up on my shelf here.
And you got that from
for A-Raw probably is just.
And you got that from eBay?
Like $30. Yeah, $30, and I was like, I'll take a chance.
So when we lost you, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that was you or me that dropped off. Because remember last weekend on Night Force, I fell off.
Good old North Carolina rain thunderstorms, Got Cobranomics all night long. Another segment, and I don't think I have.
Hold on, can I finish that list? I was going to say this list real quick. So,
go ahead.
Records. It's Action Force, action figure sold separately, but he has a Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Mos Def, Nas, Black Star, Far Side, Mobb Deep, MF Doom, Outkast, UGK, NWA, and Public Enemy. So all that's in this little crate. And I used to DJ. That's where the name Seagram 7 comes from. So, it's very dope, man. That guy is extremely
Did you
talented,
really?
Man. Yeah, I used to have turntables and everything, man. Yep.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Yep, that's where the name came from, bro.
That's pretty cool. Learn something new every day. So, did you know? Did you know Seagram was a DJ?
You remember the Yin
Sitting
Yang
back there
Twins?
scratching.
Do you remember the Yin Yang Twins?
Yep.
They were out of Atlanta. That wasn't really the kind of rap the music that I DJ'd for, but I opened up for them one night at a club in around the area over here. So yeah, that was a cool time, man. Different time in my life.
Hey, what's up, Jetman? Hopefully you're getting better. I did send him a text earlier today. I know he's in the hospital, so say a prayer, give your well wishes out to Jetman, make him feel better. Hopefully get the hell out of there. Nobody wants to be in a hospital ever. Yeah, the mini records are dope. I should have got some of those damn things. I know I was looking at them when we were talking to him about the Dios.
Yeah, because he just didn't have hip hop. He had all kinds of. He had like rock and roll. He had heavy metal. he had quite a eclectic blend of music to pick from.
Yeah, I need
And
to
he
come up
also
and get
had
some.
like VHS tapes too. I don't know if you saw
Yep.
those.
Yeah. It's cool what people come up with, and that's one reason I like going to Joe Fest. You can see so much stuff at once. You can see a whole plethora of stuff at once, from every part of the spectrum, I guess you could say. But speaking of stuff, do you have the Omnius hard book?
No, I don't.
I bought that thing at IshCon 2 years ago. So not this year, but the year before. That thing sat under my TV. Hell, I thought I lost the damn thing for a while. And it's hard to lose a book that weighs like 30 pounds, but I've never cracked that thing open. And then I was like, you know what? How can I look for the vehicles that we're doing for this? I was like, you know what? Let me just open that book up. Because instead of going to 3D Joe's or YoJoes.com or whatever, I was like, let me see the book. The book's got the stuff broken down by year, right? So I was like, I started opening the book and I started looking at stuff, and I was like, there's a lot of information in there that I was not aware of, didn't remember, or never even knew it even existed. Like completely dumbfounded when I saw it. So
is that the same guy that did Operation Recall?
Yeah, Carson. Yep.
Okay, he's out of Southern Pines, man. He's right around.
Yep, he is
right around from here too.
And the funny thing is, I was at Joe Fest in 24, and that book was there, and I wanted to buy it, and I didn't buy it. And then I came back home, and I looked, and I was like, man, shipping on that thing's going to be expensive. And it was like $100. So I didn't get it then. But then I saw that he was at IshCon, and I went with my son-in-law. It was 2025. I went with my son-in-law, and I was like, hey, man, help me out with this. I said, carry the book. So we bought it and literally chugged that thing around for like 2 hours at IshCon. But I had the book. I got the book, and then it sat here until just the other day. But it is dope as hell. Like, actually looking through that, there is so much information in that. Yeah, you could do a damn podcast series off that just alone.
Oh yeah,
for those of you that haven't read it. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah, I don't.
I was going through this and just
seen it.
I know Savage has got one. But then I looked at the price on that thing. I paid $100 for it. That thing is like $300 something on eBay. That's the only way you can get it because it's sold out.
Yeah, I was going to get one too, man. I dropped the ball on that because you're right. It's a great resource, man, to have.
It'd be the perfect thing if you're single and that's a coffee room table book, just put it in the center. But as I was going through it, I found something that I was totally baffled by, and I actually want to get it now. So what I came across was official battle ribbons. So you guys can't see it, but right behind me up here, up there is the only plaque I really have in the military that has got my stuff on it. When I retired, they gave me my guidon, because I was first sergeant, so I had a guidon with my ranks and all my ribbons and all that stuff. This is dope as hell. I want to buy these, but they're like $30 a pop on eBay. So this is going to be like a long-term thing for me to collect. Just something different to have.
So what? This came out with the figures back in the day.
Yeah, and I was actually looking at it. It came out in '87. One of the figures it came with in the book, it had a Raptor, and I remember seeing it like as soon as I saw the ribbon, and I was like, "Damn!" I remember getting this thing, didn't know what it was, and I tossed it as a kid. No clue what it was when it came to figure.
Dude, look at the names of them, man. It's the Battle of Springfield, the Cobra Island campaign, the Sierra Gordo campaign, the Battle of Fort Wadsworth. This is straight out the comic book, man.
Yes, it is. They're ribbons that Hawk would have given you if you were a Joe, like campaign ribbons. And not Renegade's asking if they're the same size as uniform ribbons. Yes, they are. So I sent this to Gojo, because he's retired Army. He's laughing. He's like, dude, can you imagine wearing that shit in uniform when we were in? If we would have put it on. And I was like, you know what? It's just a cool display piece, something that not a lot of people are going to have in their collection. And me being military for, a career is something meaningful to me that I actually want to get.
This would look good on a plaque. Hell yeah.
Yeah, my buddy that cuts my hair, he's retired Air Force. and he fly fishes. Well, they have some, I don't remember the group of it. What's up, Gun Bunny? I don't remember the group of them, but the fly fishing, they have different flies. I don't fish, but they tie the flies a different way, and they're all tied differently with different colors, and each one of them is supposed to represent like a certain ribbon for the military, like a Medal of Honor or Purple Heart or something like that. So he's been doing that lately, just something different. But I thought these were really dope, especially the fact that they're named after like campaigns in G.I. Joe.
Or even matching up the medal with the comic book story. And having
trying to find it.
Like having the comic book and then having the medal like right above it or underneath it. And like a big plaque or framed. That would look really good, man.
If you check these out on eBay, you can find them on like almost all of them are on eBay, but they're all about $30 a piece, $30 to $40 a piece. And they come from various different people. But they all came in the 87 line from what I can tell. So every time we do an episode like that, or if you find something secret, let me know and we'll throw stuff out there like this because I think this is really interesting and it kind of keeps, the lore alive and the little things that we didn't see as kids that maybe we appreciate more as an adult,
Yeah, dude, I'm sure I remember getting these as a kid, but man, I rewrote over that memory because I definitely don't remember these things right here.
Yeah. I know I had one with Raptor because as soon as they showed the Raptor package, they do. Yeah. Yeah, Cobranomics said most people threw them in the side in a drawer. I wish we still have. I'm definitely going to collect them back. Maybe I'll get them all by Christmas. Who knows? All right. So let's get into it. Like we said,
well, you know what?
Vehicles.
It's too bad. It's too bad you didn't know about this before Joe Fest, because I guarantee you there was somebody that had some of this down there at Joe Fest that you could have bought.
And probably cheap as hell too. So, yeah. Like how Dave Super Dave does all the history stuff. This is something that's good. The minifigs.
Now, I do remember those. The minifigures.
Yep. Those are pretty dope too. But the ribbons, Gun Bunny was a Marine too, if I remember right. So he understands, these be kind of cool for a military person to have. Because somebody would come through your stuff and be like, man, what the hell is the ribbon or award is that for? Now, I don't know if they have the metal, but I mean, with AI art, you could probably do like a metal and then have it 3D printed to actual metal because the ribbons are always smaller, But it's just something cool I found. So as I go through that book, I'll throw some of that stuff up here.
That omnibus you're talking about, Savage actually won that, man.
Did he really?
Yeah, he won that in some kind of giveaway. I forget what it was, but he won that. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Gun Bunny was the damn shadow box for it, and have like that article because it's like the article was like $50 or something like that on eBay. You put that in the center and then put the ribbons around it. What's up, LJ? All right, so we're going to go on to the next one. That'll be a slide I'll do later on. I'm going to throw one of my random characters that I created or a Dreadnought period and see how much of the chat can guess who it actually is. But this here, this is a start, I think. At least I feel it's a start, a positive start at that. I'm going to go from Outhouse Customs is going to branch. So Outhouse Customs wasn't G.I. Joe to begin with. Outhouse Customs was something that I came up with when I started doing woodworking. So, and I didn't want to pigeonhole myself into one area. And then I guess Outhouse Customs is my umbrella corporation. And this is one of my shell corporations. Is that the right terminology for it?
Or DBA.
Yeah, something like that. But Evil One Cycles is going to be what's bringing you items for your motorcycles. And long-term goal is an actual bike. So, what's up, Joker? My second part came in. Some of you already seen it. I know Seagram's already seen it. And if you paid attention to the videos, you've seen it. And I cannot get lighting right tonight. I don't know. But yeah, right here. Hold on.
I love the vice grips, man. How the vice grips turn into the crutch.
Yeah, that's all thanks to, and I'm sure he doesn't watch me, but my old neighbor, Kevin Papersky, he used to work for some kind of digital company that they like drew maps for like Disney World and stuff, like the little character maps you would get.
Right.
That you go there and look around. So he worked for them. And when my grandfather passed, he came up with the logo of the crutch and the wings. And the logo with the crutch, the tools on the inside, because my grandfather's a mechanic. So that's a little bit of history behind Outhouse Customs. But I wanted to carry that forward on everything I do. I want the crutch present in whatever I do, because it's going to go with me. I'll take the legacy of him with me. Hopefully my son will understand it, but he didn't know him. He never got a chance to meet him. My older son met him, but it's just not the same. I had that connection to my grandfather. But anyway, we got a new product out, and like I said before, I linked up with Mini Arms Depot, and I've got fairings. These are Outlaw fairings. An Outlaw fairing is it goes over the handlebar, or right in front of the handlebars, over the headlight, between the turn signals, which are the orange dots on a motorcycle, which is not insulting anybody's intelligence, but I know some of you probably don't know what a fairing is. So simply put, it's this white part right here. And it's an Outlaw fairing. It's a small little fairing. It's more so like a wind deflector. Now, if you can think of a street glide or a road glide, and that's the big one that has, the big stuff in the front where you can't see the dude, and all of a sudden you see like just the top of his head riding on a motorcycle. That's a big fairing. That would be like a touring fairing. So the first thing we, of course, was apes, the T-bars we discussed them. And then what we got now is the fairings coming out. So these fairings I just got out, and Ingrams are wanting to get one because I'm actually going to think this was going to work. Mini Arms actually surprised me with this, but this is a clear one. Can you blow me up?
Yeah, I think that looks.
I don't want to.
Yeah, that looks great, man. I'm digging that one, bro.
So this is the clear one, and I'm going to show you how simple this is, because this thing literally comes off. That's it. So that's apes, my bars, and they click right in, and then the fairing just pops right on. So it's a 1 second change. It is that simple. And then I've got them with T-bars, and Z-bars. So literally, bike doesn't have it, bike has it. You can change it that fast. Now let's see if I can get us back on camera. But
hey, and like how Savage was talking about last night, I think he says he has 7 of these Punisher bikes. So you buy like 3 of these fairings, 3 of these bars, and now you got 6 bikes that all look completely different, man. Just by 2 little changes. So.
2, that's it. And these bars I've switched out 8 or 9 times against 3. This isn't Photoshop. Those are 3 separate bikes, and everybody knows I got more than one. And these bars have been switched out constantly back and forth, and nothing's happened to them. So, and they've got flex to them. Seagram's had them in hand, and they're not rigid enough where they're going to break, but they're not flexible enough where they're going to droop. So, if you guys want,
they feel really good in hand. I can attest to that. They feel there wasn't a whole lot of feeling. Like if you close your eyes, there wasn't a whole lot of difference between the Marvel one and the Mini Arms one.
And this is the fairing. I mean, I can squeeze that and it's not breaking. So it's got flexibility to it. But if you guys want them, shoot me an email. I think they were the same as the bars. I think $20. And I think LJ got his bars in today. If I remember, I got an email. I think it was him. I'm not sure. Steve Martin should have got his in. And the other thing I'm doing when I'm sending these things out, if you buy more than one, the shipping's the same regardless. But you're gonna get one of those little plastic totes. I got them little totes everybody was digging for at Lowe's. I bought a bunch of those to ship the stuff in because I figured it was an easy way to ship it, and it packages it real well, so it's not gonna get damaged. There you go.
Hey,
LJ.
here you go. Here's a straight review from LJ. The product is great. I already have a bike mocked up with the seat.
Appreciate that, LJ. So
which one did LJ get, Dookie?
I think he got 2 bars if I remember right. I think he I'm gonna look. Only get lying now. I know he sent me an email. I want to say today. Yeah, he got the T bars and Z bars. So this is an easy way for you to get. Mainly my thought process with the bars was if you have a Wolverine bike and you want to get the apes, you've got it done. Yeah, he got the Z bars and T bars, and then the windows talking about the mirrors. But I think this is a dope little idea. And this is all
looking good, looking good. Now you should have something else coming in 2 weeks, right? Or is that a little farther out?
A little further. That's a little more engineering, I guess we could say. So I got to hit him up on that. But there's the two. So the bike on the left is mine, and then the bikes on the right is Romel's from Mini Arms Depot. He's got one of each up there, so he can do for sizing. So he always sends me a picture first, and then sends me the product after the fact. But there's the little slide for it. If you hit me up, I'll send you an email with this on it, so you'll know about pricing and a little bit of information. Nothing too major. I keep it generic for the most part. And I'm going to have it just black like that, or white, unpainted, or black with clear. Because that's keeping pricing down. And then, of course, there's the bars. And all future images will be brought to you by Yo Joe and 3D Joe, so I cover my stuff and we don't get dinged for something stupid. All right. You ready?
Let's do this. Let me get my boxing gloves on.
Shit. I got my
little friendly competition.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth, and as we do this stuff, chat needs to jump in. We're going to start with number 10. But actually, do you have any – I didn't put any honorable mentions on there. Do you have one?
No, I did not have an honorable mention.
Well, honorable mention will be – all right. Then we'll skip that. My number 10 is the Dreadnought cycle, which I think is actually coming. I heard rumor Dreadnought cycle. I don't know if this fits or if they're going to come out with their own motorcycle, but this is what I would like to see for my number 10.
Not bad.
I know that's a good one. Stuff.
I actually
I know Gun Bunny. Yeah, me too. And I know Gun Bunny did a custom one, which was dope. So if y'all check out Gun Bunny's, he had it in one video. I don't think he covered it. I think it was just in a video somewhere. But it was a pretty dope trike way back in the day.
So this is dope. I wouldn't mind getting this, Dookie, but I also wouldn't mind getting that one that came out during Pursuit of Cobra. The one that had the guy with the guy with the white hair, and it had like the knives that flipped up on the tires.
Storm Rider for the Doom Cycle?
Storm Rider. I think that's what was his name. Yeah. That was a dope trike too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah. White Mike, man. Me and you're on the same page, brother.
Yep.
All right. Well, let me get mine up here. I think you got
you're going to have to go back and forth here.
But
well, hell yeah. You got Ric Flair up there.
The champ is here.
That's the wrong champ.
So I got the Ski Mobile Polar Battle Bear for my number 10. And like I was saying when we started, man, you know, I was trying to, there's a lot of big vehicles that I want, but classified, I think is at that scale where a lot of these smaller vehicles would do the shelves justice, man. You know, these are perfectly sized to go with our collections, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, with all the Arctic stuff that's coming out, I think this would be ideal for us to get right now. So that was my number 10.
That's not a bad one. You know, I grew up in New England and I didn't have that as a kid. Looking back, I don't think I had any winter stuff as a kid, really, that I can remember, other than figures, which is kind of strange.
But I like to see this, and kind of like what they just did with the Triple T, like just upgrade it a little bit, man. Give it that classified look to it, and man, I think it'd be dope.
In reality, that thing's the size of a ferret. You know, like growing up with
hell
four-wheelers
yeah.
and it's the size of a
Hell
ferret.
yeah.
How we haven't done that already or haven't announced it is kind of is baffling to me. They should have already announced that by now. Or maybe it's coming up this week. Who knows? We'll see.
All right, chat. Who won the first round?
Yeah, just put it in the comments. We'll see who got the first one. All right, so my number 9, if I got this right, Swampfire.
Hell yeah.
The list may be knock heavy, nothing intentional. It's just my preference. But I know Bobby did one, and Bobby's came out pretty dope, and he did not 3D print it. Bobby's is more of a kit bash, like a vehicle kit bash. But I didn't have this as a kid, and I just think it's a kind of a dope concept. It kind of reminds me of like Mask, because I know the rotor swings back, and this came out in 86. Dreadnought Cycle came out in 87. But the rotors, you know, they fold back and you could go with it. So it kind of reminded me like a Mask vehicle. And I loved Mask as a kid. I honestly thought that was like one of the best lines because it was Transformer, it was G.I. Joe combined into one. You know, you got a figure, you got a little helmet that had special abilities as their weapon per se, and then you got a vehicle that flipped around a little bit. So why Mask didn't get more love than what it did as a kid, I don't know. But this to me was a straight up Mask vehicle.
Yeah, I had a lot of Mask vehicles as well, and I enjoyed them. But what I didn't like about them was the size of the figures, man. I didn't like how tiny the figures were, man. I think that was I think that if you had to name a reason why they didn't get as much love, it's probably because of how small the figures were, and they weren't really that articulated, man.
All right, what you got for number 9? There's Bobby saying, I did mine mixing a Fortnite boat and a generic helicopter. His came out dope, man. I liked it.
But this would pop with those colors, like that fluorescent green or whatever you call that neon green. That would really pop on a shelf, man. Yeah, Mark II did one as well. There's been several 3D printers that have done this.
I've just held off waiting for Hasbro to do it, so I think it's small enough where they could.
All right, so I had the Devilfish. Those are pretty similar, man.
Yeah.
You know, I can see the Devilfish going up against that right there. And there's been a lot of people that have 3D printed this. In fact, I've gotten one from GI Customs, our friend Chaz over at GI Customs. But when he did mine, I had him do it like in a Night Force Army green. It's like dark green with hints of gray and black. And I did it that way because I know eventually we will get this in classified. So, you know, that way I can still have one now that's 3D printed, but then I can still get one that's classified later and they don't look alike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. I never had a Devilfish. I always wanted one and didn't have one, which is weird because I had a pond next to my house that we owned. I mean, it wasn't big. It was small, but, you know, I definitely played with my figures. Maybe that's why I like the Dreadnoks so much because I was always in the pond with the Dreadnoks. I mean, they were right at the edge. We had you know what skunk cabbage is?
No.
It's
not at all.
A swamp plant, and supposedly it stinks. It's this big fern-looking leaf thing.
Okay.
But we called it swamp cabbage. I think is what we called it, skunk cabbage. But my Dreadnoks lived in skunk cabbage.
LJ's got a great point. He's saying Mask was really about the vehicles, whereas G.I. Joe had that perfect mix of figure and vehicles. That's a great point, man.
Yeah. And Mask, some of their vehicles so far fetched out as far as transitioning from one thing to another, but like a motorcycle to a helicopter was just straight strange. But if I was going to get a second line, it would definitely be Mask if I'd pick up another toy line. White Mike said, useless trivia is if you find an original, it should smell like vanilla. When first being made, the color change plastic had a horrible smell, so they added vanilla. I did not know that. That's kind of weird, actually.
So which one is he talking about? Which original?
I think the Devilfish. I think he was talking about devilfish.
Huh.
All right, Chad, put in there. Who do you think was better? Which one was better, the swamp fire or the devilfish?
So as far as the first round, the only person that voted was LJ, and he said the polar battle bear.
I'll let him win that. You gonna keep score? You want me to?
No, I got you.
All right. Don't be cooking the books.
Oh man, I gotta cook the books. I gotta give myself a handicap, man. I'm a guest of Knott County.
All right, so put in the in there swamp fire or devilfish for number 9. Now I'm probably gonna lose this round. I'll tell you that straight up off the bat. Number 8. I could not refuse myself in this one.
Oh,
Desert
hell.
Fox skid mark. And the reason why is I had this as a kid. So I would like it as a kid, as an adult. It is one of the dumbest vehicles with the missiles up top and probably one of the worst named characters in the line with skid mark. But for Dookie, it's fitting. So that is my number 9.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Number
very,
8
very fitting.
is Desert Fox. And we don't have enough desert vehicles, so.
Yeah, I did not have this. This is one of the vehicles I did not have as a kid.
Mine's going to be very nostalgia heavy.
Yeah, Bobby Watt. I agree with Bobby saying doesn't the Halo toy line. This does look like a Halo. It doesn't look like G.I. Joe to me. It does look like something you see like on a moon or something traveling, like a boom buggy.
Yeah. Mike said it was a swamp fire. It smells like vanilla.
All right. So,
what you got?
I got the water moccasin.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. You're gonna win. Just go ahead and put yourself down on that one.
So, but I know we know this is eventually coming, but it hasn't been officially announced. But I've always had a thing for this, man. I've always enjoyed it, and I'm surprised that we haven't got it yet. When Gridiron did their thing with it, I started to pull the trigger, but I just didn't like how flat it felt underneath. The way they used the hound. I wish they would have done it a little bit differently, because I sure as hell would have bought it from Gridiron. But man, I can't wait to get this and get our boy my brain just
Copperhead.
Yeah, Copperhead in there, man.
You're saying that because the pont, and I agree with you, because Gridirons had like them pontoon looking things in the front. They just didn't look right. It looked like they took it off, the wheels off, and put pontoons on, which is essentially what they did. Cool concept, but
that's exactly what they did.
Watercraft, I bet you if he went back and redid it now, he wouldn't have done the same design. But yeah, I'll give you that one. LJ said, "This is my vehicle. I love the Desert Fox. Gridiron has a setup I need to buy that looks like the Fox." I'm glad somebody else is right there with me. All right, so go ahead and give it to Chad. Make sure you put it in there, but we'll give it to Seagram on that one. So my next one, I did not have this as a kid, but my cousin did. Night Raven.
What? Come on, man. What? You got that as number 6?
Yeah. There's reasons behind my stuff.
Man, this is a great fucking vehicle. I'm just gonna say I got this on my list too, but it's a little higher up.
Yeah, and I've got some other stuff higher up because I had them. Now, some of the stuff may be on there because I didn't have, but if I have it up higher, it's probably because I had it. But I didn't have the Night Raven. My cousin did, and I'm like 80% positive that thing is up in the attic in Massachusetts above his garage. I've asked his dad, so next time I go up there, or my cousin's husband goes up there, they're gonna check for me. So if he does have it, I'm gonna see.
All right, my mom's parents were divorced, but her father had this big townhouse in the middle of Cincinnati, and I only got to see him a couple times a year. And he passed away but like by the time I was 8 years old, he was gone. But he had some money, and every time I did get to see him, he always spoiled me. But his wife was, you know, kind of loony, man, and they had like all these birds. Like every level of their condo, they had like all these fancy birds and parrots and, you know, all these weird exotic animals, man. And I remember one of my birthdays, I was up there, and this had just come out, and they were asking me what I wanted, and she gave me a choice of this or 2 parrots. I was like 6 years old, man. I was like, come on, what do you think I want? I want the damn night
A
raven.
toy or 2 birds?
Yeah, a toy of 2 birds, man. So yeah, this is definitely, man. It's on my list. It's a little higher up, but you definitely can get this round because this is a great vehicle, man. The only thing with this vehicle is it would be fucking massive in classified scale. You know, look how big the Rattler is.
It would. And it came with a figure, the Strato Viper. I remember and that thing would go back and forth to my house all the time. So, what up, Shane? He was in here too, same time toys. And that's another thing I wanted to do. I forgot to do the other one. I apologize. Skidmark and Desert Fox also came out in Dino Hunter in '93. So that was the second variation.
Okay.
But the Night Raven had 2 other versions of it. Night Raven came out in '86, and there was another one in 2009, and then it came out Sky Raven in 1990. So
did they do a Sky Patrol version? Did they do a Sky Patrol
the Sky
version
Raven
where it was all chrome? Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, the Sky Raven, I think was. Yep. But I mean, this was just a dope plane, and I saw that somebody 3D printed this stuff, and I think GI Customs did it too. But man, that thing would be massive. Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 feet long.
Yeah, I remember when GI Customs did it. He had it on a 6-foot table, and it took up pretty much damn near the whole table, man.
Yeah. What's up, son? Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'll let my uncle know you're about to ring the doorbell because I don't think you're that far. Well,
all right, so this
water moccasin for your vote for last one. So
you know,
I got very good name.
This is number 6, right? This is the 6th one, round 4. So my number 6 is the Warthog, and even though we got this Gridiron, you know, we got the M113
number 7.
and number 7.
Yeah,
number 7. So coming in at number 7, I got the Warthog, and like I was saying, you know, we've already gotten this from Gridiron, something very similar, but you know, there's still something very nostalgia about having this, man. My neighbor had this. I never had it, but every time we got together and played Joe's and we divided up our army, I was always grabbing this out of his collection to play with it, man. So, and I always like the way that yellow pops on top of the Warthog, man. It always looked really good to me. But that Night Raven, though, man, I think you got me with the Night Raven.
Yeah, Chad, go ahead and put it out there. Who do you think won that round? I'm going to say it was me. I don't see no Warthog beating Night Raven. That's just me, though. It's like a water moccasin getting beat by a swamp fire. It ain't going to happen.
All right, what you got for number 6?
My number 6. Where's that? All right, my number 6. Now you know why I wanted that damn Hummer so bad. I had a Hammer as a kid. This came out in 1990, and then it came out again in 2002 as the Brawler, and then 2008 as the hell did I write down? SWAT RTB or something like that. So they repurposed it. But this was a dope vehicle. You could put all the figures on it, in it, around it. I think if I remember right, the hood opened up. And I didn't even remember this until Gridiron did the Hummer, and I was like, man, there was a Hummer in G.I. Joe. I remember right. Then going back, I found this one. I had this as a kid. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. This is in me mechanic for the military. This is right in my wheelhouse.
Dude, yeah, man, this is sick. I don't remember this as a kid. I remember though, Pursuit of Cobra, when they came back out. Pursuit of Cobra had something very similar to this though. When they came back out, they did a new version of the Vamp that had 2 doors on each side, and it was very had a very similar feel to this. But
Yeah.
dope vehicle, man. Yeah, this is nice. And I like the figures. I like the box art too, man. You got Repeater, Salvo, Pathfinder, Captain Gridiron, the Navy dude. Is that Ambush in the back seat? It looks like.
Yep. Yeah. And I remember I would have been 11 years old when this thing came out. And looking back, I probably played with Joe since I was about 12, if I think about it now. Because my younger cousin was 2 years younger than me. So, you know, we were right there at that age and we kind of transitioned about the same time. So I may have overstayed my welcome as a kid with Joe's, but hell, I don't care.
I love how they gave Pathfinder his his tool. He's
Yeah.
right on the back. He's shooting. He still has his tool out, man.
He's got a fucking weed whacker there, kid.
All right. So
All right, what you got?
I got what a lot of people thought the HasLab was going to be this year. I got the Hydrofoil. I think a lot of people were if they had to put money on it, I think a lot of people were thinking this was going to be what the HasLab was for 2026. So I didn't have this as a kid either, but I would love to have this, especially with all the water divers we got. You know, we got the eels, we got the Hydro Viper out now. We got Deep Six coming. We got the 2-pack, the yellow diver, the red diver. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we can do with the water. I just got those piers from Action Figures sold separately, man. So I would love to get this, man. But now that we're not doing a HasLab this year, or maybe never doing HasLabs, I don't know if this would be too big to do as a made to order. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think this could be a made to order, Dookie?
Going back, this didn't even make my list, and I don't know how it didn't, but I think it could make a made to order, and I would love to have this because my cousin had one. It's weird. If I didn't have it, he did, which I don't know how that panned out. You know what I mean? It was kind of strange. But if I didn't have it, he did, or if he didn't, I did, for the most part.
And again, with the box art, bro, they got Dreadnoks in the box art, man. They got Torch and Buzzer up in there.
Which, I mean, they're on the water, so it should.
Yeah, I agree. Cobranomics. Cobra is definitely undefeated, man.
And looking back, you know, you didn't see too many kids that were like, yo, Joe, and they were strictly Joe. Most of us as kids all were Cobra fans of some sort. You know, we all wanted the bad boys to come out. I mean, we played with the Joes, but I think most of us had Cobra kicking ass. LJ is right. The whole world doesn't want that.
All right. Well, hold on. So who won the what round is this? What round are we on?
This is number 6. So I had the hammer, you had the hydrofoil. The last round was the Night Raven. You had which one? The Warthog.
The Warthog. Okay. So you won that one. All right. Okay. So this is round 5, right?
Yep. So everybody in the chat needs to go ahead and vote which one.
Right now it's tied up. Right now it's 2-2.
Damn, really?
Yep.
Huh.
So Son of a Cran Slayer is saying that he thinks that made to orders are going to only be like repaints. So that'll be interesting to see. Because, you know, that one that we're talking about, that's supposed to be a made to order, and that's not a repaint.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that one, Seagram. All right, my next one, you already showed it. I didn't want to tell you, but you did. Mine was the Warthog.
Okay.
This is one of my vehicles as a kid. I had this one as a kid. I used it the hell out of it as a kid. The fact that you could put the figures everywhere in this thing, that's, I think, what was appealed to me as a kid, you know, was having them in the vehicle, moving them around, and then dropping them from the vehicle, having them come out, not just hanging on the side. So, yeah, this to me was like my thing. Now, side note is I don't have the Thunder Machine on here or the Triple T, but those were my 2 most played with vehicles. But the Warthog was one of my favorite ones by far. So that's my number 5. I'm sure you'll beat me
Great
with this
vehicle. Great vehicle. But I had the well. Boom.
I didn't have the whale. And I don't think my cousin had the
What?
whale either, now that I'm thinking
You
about it.
didn't have the well? Man, bro.
Nope.
This was my play set, man. Just like how you're talking about what everything you can do with the Warthog, this was my battle station, man. You know, I would take this. I had a pool growing up, so this was in the pool with me every summer until I stopped playing with Joe's, man. And this is a monster right here. And when I took Julian to the Airborne Museum last weekend, and I was doing the little tour, do you remember the little motorcycle that is on the back of this well that hardly anybody fit on? They actually have a real world motorcycle like that they.
Do you know where that's from?
Yeah, in D-Day, right?
They jumped
D-Day.
with it.
Yeah,
they jumped with the damn thing. So it was a parachutist motorcycle. It's freaking nuts that, one, you can fall out of an airplane like that. 2, it's even more crazy. You jump to the damn motorcycle. I mean, that shit was nuts. I'd love to get one, but refinish those things are like $25,000. And they're
when I seen it, man, I immediately stopped. Remember I told you when I left from there how much stuff I saw that, you know, that trend that we have in the G.I. Joe world, whether it's, you know, G.I. Joe classified or gridiron. It was really cool walking through that, man. But this is a vehicle I don't know if we'll ever get. I doubt. If Classified does this, I'd be very surprised, man. This, when you think of a HasLab, this is what a HasLab should truly be. I mean, this is a dream project, man, right here. And I would pay $500 for something like this if it was done, you know, correctly.
Yeah, it's something I never had. I always wanted it. I didn't personally have it, and I don't think my cousin did either. I knew friends that had it, but I didn't have it. And that's why my Warthog was my whale, because it was an amphibious assault vehicle. But yeah, it's definitely a dope vehicle. You got me on that one.
But you know, they're very similar to each other. The Warthog and the whale, you know, they complement each other very well, bro.
Yeah. And
you know,
seeing, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these things in
water.
You know, I've been in an amphibious assault track vehicle before, but seeing a craft in person, man, the one I was on was freaking massive. Like, these things ain't no joke, and it's cool to be on, but they are definitely something different. Son just said, I didn't mean to jump. Son said World War II motorcycles in box sold for $250,000, and you can't find them because they're hard as hell to find. I'm not talking toy motorcycle. I'm talking real bike.
Right.
So definitely be dope to have.
I'd be the Joker saying compared to the Ghost, the well should be no problem.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because, you know, I looked at some of the stuff they've done for Star Wars, and it's like they pulled that shit out of their ass, but they can't do stuff like that for us. And I've never been a Star Wars guy. I've always been Joe. A little bit of hate, I guess. Hate a raid. Hate is gonna hate. But yeah, you got me on that one.
All right, what you got next, bro?
This is gonna shock some people, and this is one I did a 3D image or a AI image of just to see what it would look like. But I had this thing, and I loved the piss out of it. I want a stun. Not practical. Definitely some weird shit. The damn front opened up like a chick at the damn strip club. But I love that damn vehicle. And Seagram stuff just went out. So hopefully y'all still got me. But I loved this vehicle as a kid. I don't know why. It's a goofy looking vehicle. But man, you can put a lot of stuff in a lot of people into it. What's up, Benji? I remember the front opened up. I remember you had two drivers and one in each. I always thought that the left and right side, I just lost the slides because we lost Seagram. But I always thought the left and right side were supposed to come off like they were supposed to be like little airships, and they weren't. So Let me see if I can get these. You guys just bear with me real quick. Because Seagram had the slides on the computer. If need be, I'll just pull my stuff down, my camera down, and pull that up. But the Stun was one of my favorite ones. I always liked it. You had to. It comes in the Moto Viper, if I remember right, and they actually did 2 other versions of it.
What up? What up? Sorry about that, man. Freaking storm is on my side of town now.
Yeah, put the slides back up if you can, please. We're having technical difficulties. Please stand by.
You ain't lying though, man. I walked outside. It's dark as shit out right now, man.
Yeah. All right, right there. You can pull yours up when I'm talking. But the Stun. This is one of my favorite vehicles. Like I was saying, it had the damn center hubcap with the Cobra logo on it. It came with the Moto Viper. The Stun came out in also in Python Patrol for an '89, and the Dreadnoks actually had one too. That was a collector club edition, if I remember right, in 2004. And it was a dope vehicle to me. Red and black, which was always a paint scheme for me that I always loved because high school, I guess, we were red and black. So, but like I was saying before, Seagram, I never knew like who the driver was until I was older. But the driver was actually in the middle, in the center, behind the 2 pods. But the pods would split open like a chick at the strip club. They were dope. It was just a good vehicle. And then you had the gunner in the back that was shooting in the backside. I mean, the vehicle had 360 weaponry, but it was open vehicle. So, I mean, all it took was one bullet and everybody was going down. Not to mention only had one damn wheel. But to me, it was a dope vehicle, and I'd love to see this thing classified. Love to see it classified.
And this is another one that would, at the classified level, would be a big beast, man. This would be a lot bigger translated to the 6-inch scale, man.
I think it'd be about the same size as a Vanguard, maybe a little bit bigger. About the HISS tank size, because it was smaller than a HISS, if I remember right.
Oh, that's still that's what I mean, though. That would be a big vehicle, compared to what it was. Comparing it to a damn HISS, that's pretty nice size there, Dookie.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, what you got? You got to load your slides. All right, so that's my number 4.
All right, man. So again, we kind of know that this is coming, but it hasn't been officially announced. Well, this is something that we all know we're getting. Yeah, there you go. There's your. I love this vehicle as a kid, and I don't think there's many kids that had this that didn't love it. Mad Max. I was really into Mad Max during this time frame, and there was just something about the Dreadnoks and this vehicle, but it just had that that futuristic, Oblivion, Armageddon, everything's gone to hell feel to it. And that's the playability I did with my storytelling when I had this shit. But I can't wait till we get this in classified. It's too bad we're not getting it as a with the lights and everything, but I think they're still going to do a good job with it. So
this, like you said, is by far my favorite vehicle. If I could, was a pocket vehicle because it fit my pocket, it would be, but it didn't. Thrasher was my pocket figure, for damn sure. I took this vehicle everywhere. Like we went somewhere, that vehicle and the Triple T was coming. I mean, this is my number 1. I've been saying that since I started collecting this shit. I wanted a damn Thunder Machine. And I don't care what anybody out there says. Y'all can call me a liar, but you're lying to yourself. Anybody out there saying they don't want this shit, they're straight up lying, because Seagram said it. Everybody had this thing as a kid. If they didn't have it, they wanted it because it was a cool looking, different vehicle. And I don't care if they only have it for one mold. It don't matter. Everybody wanted this shit. It was something completely off the hook. But I don't know. I love this thing. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm at least going to get 2, maybe 3. So you pulling on my damn heartstrings, got me going against a Stun and a Thunder Machine. But I'll give you this one, Seagram. So I concede to you on your Thunder Machine.
Hold
All
on.
right,
What's Hustle saying right here? Thunder Machine MSRP. I
you better
wish.
add a 1 on that.
Yeah, I wish that it was $75. There ain't no way it's gonna be $75.
Yeah, add a 1 in front of that, Hustle. All right, my next one. You already mentioned it. Doom Cycle with Storm Rider.
Oh, so you tried to play me, man. You tried to act like you didn't know what I was talking about earlier, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I've been staring at it for like the last hour, but I got it right here. This I bought randomly searching eBay for something years ago. It came out in 2010. I probably bought this thing in like 2015. I was looking for something. I don't know what it was. Stupid on eBay. And somehow this thing showed up like in my algorithm, which I was surprised by. I looked at my wife. I didn't even look at her. I mean, I looked over her. I didn't say nothing. I just bought it. It was like $95 when I bought the damn thing on eBay. I didn't know what the prices should have been. Don't know what I should have paid, what I shouldn't have. I thought it was cool. I'd never seen it before. I was like, shit, I'm buying that. I think what I was looking for was West Coast chopper bike or something like that. And I just happened to come across that.
Dude, I remember when this came out. This was like one of the first items to come out of that Pursuit of Cobra line when they dropped it. And I remember going in the store and purchasing this, man. I had this when it first dropped, like that first week. And man, I was blown away by it because I remember having as a kid the one you showed a few minutes ago, the tricycle looking one, and thinking it was kind of cartoonish or
yeah.
And I remember seeing this and like, damn, this is actually like some badass shit. This dude looks gangster as fuck, man. So they did a great job. Great job with this, man.
With the damn air gun or air tank on the back with a fucking nail gun. I mean, that's a nail gun all day long. Like he's shooting nails at your ass. If that's not knock, I don't know.
That's No Country for Old Men type shit right there, man. Remember that movie?
And
No Country for Old Men.
The dual shotguns that come up. Yeah, I've seen it. He's got hell, I'm looking at it right here. 2 dual shotguns that come up, that pop up, and then the damn blades that spin in the front, and then the blades in the back. Man, it's just a dope ass vehicle, and the most accurate, in my opinion, to be a biker. He's got a back patch on, jeans, black shirt. He looks like my figure that I made. Different head sculpt with a bandana. And you always wear a bandana and sunglasses on a bike anyhow. No face, no case. But yeah, that's why this one's up there so high for me. My number. I like the
graphics too on the motorcycle itself, man. Right there.
Yeah.
Doom Cycle.
They did this good. I mean, and you could strip this down and use it for any other figure, you know, if you wanted to. You could really break this thing down and take the weapons and stuff off and just use it as a bike. But it's just, to me, it's just a dope vehicle they came out with, and I love it. I'd love to see this thing come out. All right, what you got? You can probably crush me on this.
We're taking it back to the snow days again. We got the Snow Wolf coming in number 8, or actually number 3. So this is the top 3 now, right? We're down to the top 3.
Yeah, and you're gonna beat me on this one. Chat's gonna play with your heartstrings over here for the Snow Wolf.
Man, I had this, and you know, I not only did I love the Snow Wolf, but I love the Snow Viper, the Ice Viper that came with it. You know, he had the size that went on his legs. He had the red balaclava. You know, that cool helmet with the goggles. The blue canopy. You know, this was just a really cool vehicle, man, and you know that futuristic / you know, modern. It just had a very cool look to it. So this is my number 3.
The Wolf was definitely a dope vehicle. I mean, in fact, it only holds 1 figure, but the damn missiles are incognito that.
It holds 2 figures.
You know, they can just roll and
it holds 2 figures.
Oh shit! Yeah, the back key. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. It's a dope vehicle. I've always liked it. I don't have this as a kid. My cousin did because I remember the figure. But it was definitely a dope. Yeah, I'll give it to you on that one.
I
already
could
said
see
it, 3-3
Classified.
nothing.
I would love to see Classified doing this, especially now that we got the snowcat coming.
Yeah, and they should. They got to build up that line a little bit. All right, we down to nitty gritty. Number 2. You're gonna beat me on this one, but this one's sentimental to me. I want the Slam. I know it's not really a vehicle, probably, but I still want it.
This should have been your damn
I want it.
your honorable mention, man. This ain't no damn vehicle, man. This a damn platform.
To me, it's got wheels on some bitch, so it can be pulled at least. But to me, I want this so bad. I actually was at Hero Source, and he gave me a box. He's had one, but it was in pieces. And I went home on eBay and I actually got it. So I went home, found out one on eBay, got it, and I had to put it back together, and I still had to get the decals and all that stuff. I rebuilt it essentially. But the reason I wanted this so bad, and I'm still going to find an Outback for it that's loose, is because this is the only photo I have of me and my cousin with a G.I. Joe item. So I wanted to Slam. And this was 1987. It would have been Christmas. That's me in the blue. That's my cousin Rory, the one that passed in the red sweater or red vest sweater. And that's his sister in the background at my uncle's house. So this is old school, but man, to me, this meant everything, you know. When I found this picture when he passed, I was like, damn. So that was kind of like what started my journey, I guess, back with Joe, was after his passing. But this, and sadly, you know, we got Joe's every year, but this is the only photo I could find with both of us in it with G.I. Joe. It's kind of weird.
Man, he's almost pledging his allegiance to G.I. Joe, man. Look at him. He's got his hand on his chest.
And you see how much bigger he is. And I'm 2 years older than him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a big dude.
That's a cool photo, man. Appreciate you sharing that. But go back.
My little Catholic school sweatshirt.
How does this work exactly? How does this technology work?
It don't. To me, I always thought of this thing as a damn railroad car, because it's right here. You got the landing legs that come out. So when they say in artillery, if Gun Bunny's still in here, you always say in artillery, did you get laid? And by meaning get laid means these things come out, right? The little arms, and the arms you see in a box, and when the gun shoots, it pushes those legs in. So when it's laid, it means that the cannon's actually in place. So this thing was like a train car to me because of the little skinny freaking wheels that run underneath it. I always thought it was like a train car of some sort. But I went back and had to buy all the stuff.
Why are they facing in different directions, though?
Because it rotates 360.
Oh, okay.
But when I was going through that Omnius book, and we're going to have to do a show about that, the weirdest ones, right? When I was going through that book, there were so many other ones in there that I realized I saw and I had that were like trailers and little things. My mom didn't have a lot of money, and I was, I was a yard sale kid for the most part, so my stuff was always in pieces, not incomplete, stuff like that. But there was some weird shit back there, man. I had a lot of it. I was like, damn, I had that. So
yeah, how much do you think this would have cost back in the day when it first came out? Like 10
how much
bucks,
was
maybe?
it?
Yeah, you think maybe $10?
$4.99.
Man, that's crazy. So you still got the price tag. That's crazy, man.
Toys R Us tag with the box. Yep. And this isn't my original one because I know mine's probably long gone or it's at my uncle's. But I went ahead and I had to have it because I just had to have something represent that photo, you know. So shout out to Hero Source for helping me find some stuff, and he's definitely a good dude. So if y'all in North Carolina and you go to Sanford, hit up Hero Source Toys and Collectibles. And he was actually just voted best in North Carolina for toy stores. But that's my number 2.
Well, man, you're talking to my heartstrings now, man, because I know that's an emotional vehicle for you, but man, it don't even seem fair with what I'm about to drop on you, man. I mean,
I had an
this ain't
old
even
boss tell me, if you ain't
Th-
cheating,
th-
you ain't competing.
this ain't even competition right here, man. I had the damn Tomahawk at number 2. That don't even seem fair, bro.
No, it ain't. the Tomahawk should be carrying a slam to some friggin' position.
Man, this out of all the GI Joe vehicles, you know, the Joe side, not the Cobra side, this was always my favorite Joe vehicle because it had that real world feel to it, man. You know, it reminded me. I remember like Rambo, you know, when he was over like fighting in Afghanistan against the Russians, and it was just something about this helicopter that reminded me of that movie. And
Yeah,
I just loved it as a kid. Loved how you could have them hanging out the side and shooting like they're hovering. You know, the movies like Platoon, all those movies with helicopters where the guys are coming in and getting out, and all hellfire is breaking loose. You know, as the helicopter's landing. I just had a lot of good toy memories with this thing, and you know, this would be massive too if we got in classified form. The one that Savage got from GI Customs is so fucking dope, man. They did a great job with that. But I would love this colorway. I don't have the original one from the 80s, but I do have the one that came out in the 2000s for the modern, and I still have that in the box. So great figure. This is my all-time GI Joe side vehicle, and I'd love to have this again. When you think of HasLabs and Dream Projects, this and the Well are 2 dream projects that I'd love to have. So
that thing is dope. You know, the average lifespan of a gunner in Vietnam was like less than 5 minutes of a
holy shit!
helicopter. Yeah, it
No,
was
I did
not
not
very
know
good.
that.
Yeah, they had some hellacious shit over there. And this reminds me of you said Rambo, and it was the Hind that they used in Rambo, but this
Right,
is based off a Chinook, which is
right.
we call them hookers in the Army because there was literally a hook that would come down. That's what bothered me about the Dragonfly so much. There's no lifting point in the damn Dragonfly, and I get it, it's a toy, but the military mindset in my head that I've been ingrained into for the last 20-something years, there's no hook system on a damn Apache or Cobra, which is Dragonfly. This thing should have a hook, and that's what it is. It's a Chinook, and a Chinook technically isn't supposed to fly either because the rotors go with each other. Like they're not going the same direction; they're going opposite directions, and they're timed. So any given point, if something's off in that timing, that thing is going to explode, and it's a grenade in the air. But it's a dope vehicle, really dope vehicle. And I want to see Savages in person because GI Customs, I think, is actually retiring that thing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's saying you can still get it, but he's not doing any custom painting after July 31st, I think, until holiday season. So it's not a permanent retirement.
Oh, okay.
It's just till the holiday season. And but again, you can still get it. Just he's not doing any custom painting. But you know, unless you do custom
I'd love
painting,
to see something. I'd love to see an all black version of that, like an SF style version with the force that Savage's got. I mean, his dope, but I just think like an all black one. I'm thinking on days and use of special ops with like the fuel thing coming out. I mean, there's so many different ways I could customize that thing. It'd be dope to have something like that. I might need to get one day, but that's definitely a number 2. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Out of vehicles, I'll give it to you because mine wasn't a vehicle.
You sure we don't need to go to the chat? Ask the chat.
No, we're good. Chat can jump in and say it, but that's the Tomahawk's definitely going to be the slam all day long.
All right,
man. I'm gonna let you give your number 1 before I give mine because you ain't beating it.
All right. Well, let's do a little. For number 1, from Seagram 7, all time most wanted classified vehicle the Night Raven.
I feel like we've just seen that recently.
I can't believe you had this at number 6, man.
Number 1.
Man, I this was always my favorite Cobra vehicle, but you know, I just thought this was just so badass, man. As a kid, it had the escape pod, the all black, you know, the red cockpit. This was just like vicious, man. You know, this looked like it meant business, man. So
I see that as like Destro's personal chariot coming to the air, you know, like him flying in, like almost landing like Air Force One, you know, it lands and he gets out with the Baroness. A couple Iron Grenadiers surrounding him.
well, you know, I remember as a boy and starting to see all the stealth bombers on TV, and you know, the planes were
Blackbird.
starting to change. Yeah, the Blackbirds, all that stuff was starting to change around that time period. And I just remember thinking this, you know, looked like a modern day jet and looked like a badass vehicle that would kick some ass, man. Like a badass bomber.
SR-71 is a Blackbird.
Now, again, like we said, when you had this up, I mean, I don't know. I really doubt Classified will ever get to this. I hope they do, but it would be so huge, man, because the Rattler already takes up so much space as it is. And this would be, you know, about probably 15% bigger, maybe even more than a Rattler, you know, because it's a lot longer. You know, the Rattler is wide. This was like long.
Joker said, can you imagine that thing hanging from the ceiling? You'd have to replace your ceiling fan with this. Definitely. That would be your new ceiling fan. Just have that.
Yeah, I mean, just the
vehicle.
Just the escape pod by itself is a big vehicle at Classified scale. So, you know.
Did he have one at Joe Fest? The escape pod?
No, but I've seen I think he might have, but whether he did or not, I've seen several 3D printers make these in person over the years, and you know they're big size, man.
And so, now that I'm looking at the thing, how the hell do you get to the escape pod? The pilots are up front.
Imagination, man, imagination.
All right, I'll give it to you on that one.
So what's your number 1?
Well, we go 1 for 1. I take the whole damn list, which is my next one. You ready?
Hold on.
Make sure you're sitting down.
All right, what do we got? Oh my God!
I want the Mobile Command Center, and you can't say it's not a vehicle.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give you that one, man. Yeah, that's a badass vehicle.
Now, this thing was my flag, was my Terradrome, was my headquarters, my everything. I got this for Christmas as a kid. I probably shit my pants as a kid when I got this for Christmas. I mean, this was my favorite vehicle. And going back through in the Omnius book, it had this box art or the art in it. I think it's dope. And you got Dreadnought Cycle, which is tiny, Armored Cobra Commander. I don't know what the hell that green thing is in there. But, man, this thing, to me, was just it. And we showed the picture last night of the who did they have up hanging from the crane? Cobra Troopers.
Oh, yeah. Who was it? Was it Breaker? Was it a Breaker?
Breaker. Yep. But I remember this thing, man. I remember the stupid little missiles on the top would move. The legs were weak as shit on it. I want to get one. I do want the actual classic one. And if somebody were to come out and say, hey, I can print that, I would want it. Now, the only problem with the classified side would not be the price. It would be the damn size of the thing. So I got so curious. Make this 1/12 scale. That thing would be big.
Now,
so I use AI art.
Well, hold on one second. You said you had the Triple T, so the Triple T sat in there like that? Oh, yeah, I guess it did.
It did. It damn sure did. And trust me, I recreated it 1,000 times because the Triple T that had that cover, the motor would come off. The cover would come off for the motor.
Now, this is dope right here, bro.
You can go back.
So this is AI. This is AI generated.
Yeah, I used
Right.
AI. I said, make this thing 1/12 scale.
Look at this dude right here at the bottom, man. All bent over, looking in there, man.
Yeah, I mean, the missiles are standing up to the guy's head. You know, I mean, the front part's at his damn nipples.
This was all of us at Joe Fest and everything we saw.
Yeah. But this would be my number one. One, my mom got it for Christmas. Two, it was something I had as a kid. It is a playset. It is a vehicle. Steamroller was that figure in there. In fact, at Joe Fest, I gave Steamroller's parts to Lonzo and said, can you make this figure for me? Because I know nobody's going to make that figure. They may make the figure down the road, but we're not going to get a mobile command center. We ain't getting a Terradrome. We ain't getting a flag. We ain't getting a headquarters. We're not getting a Defiant. And to me, this was the most underrated playset. And come to find out, they actually wanted to do this in green, and they decided not to.
And what was the reason for that, Dookie?
It didn't say in there. I was reading it quick, but I don't remember exactly what it did. Just like, no, we need to do it in tan to break it up some. So everybody called this thing the tackle box, is what I remember it being, or the fishing box. You know what it reminded me of? I don't know if you had them as a kid, but I was also into Hot Wheels as a kid. And we had them little suitcases you can open up, right? So you'd flip the suitcase open, and it was a Hot Wheels city or a little construction yard or something like that was inside. And the cars would literally go at the top, and they like S-curve their way down. The landing legs on that suitcase were the same as these landing on that thing. And it was brittle. I mean, you're trying to find one of these things now. I mean, they're going for a lot. And John at Hero Source has got one, and I want to get it, and I want to slowly put it back together. But man, I remember getting this thing, and I was over myself. You know, I play with this thing all the time.
So I didn't have this one from the 80s, but I did have when the Rise of Cobra came out, the Rise of Cobra movie came out, they re-released this and updated it just a hair, but it was basically the same thing that came out with that movie. And I remember getting it for my son Noah when he was a kid. But I never had it. Yeah, it came back out. They came out with a mobile command center like in the 2010, 2011, whenever the movie came out. But it was a different color. It was like a gray color, I think.
I'm looking it up. What was the name of it?
Well, it came out during the Rise of Cobra movie. Yeah, when they did the Rise of Cobra line.
Oh, the Pit.
Yeah, that's what they called it, the Pit. Yep.
The Cobra Pit. Man, that's tiny.
You text me a picture of it real quick, and I'll put it up on the screen.
Let me find a good photo, because this thing looks like hot garbage.
But if I can remember, it was very similar to the mobile command center.
Oh, man, I got to find a good photo. G.I. Joe Pit. Let me just...
It's thrown down at my house now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give you that one, man. You definitely beat me on that. But overall, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I know. You got me.
Overall, I took the cake, baby.
Hustle said 5.2 command center. I don't even want to see where that shipping would be on that. You'd have to get this thing in pieces, man. And I've talked to a couple of different people and asked them would it be possible. And that's just it. It'd have to be pieced together. I would have to glue all this shit together myself. But I would love to have a classified one. And that's all I would need for Joe. Go back in memory lane here. But I remember when it was all folded up. I remember pushing this thing like down the hallway as a kid. I couldn't pick it up. And then trying to get it in my room. My room was tiny, man. But I pushed it into my room. It was at the edge of my bed. And it was my bed. the mobile command center, and then the wall it was at. And then I just opened it up, and that thing like pretty much stayed there. Like, my husband wanted me to bring it to his house one time. I was like, we can't. It's too big. It wouldn't even fit my mom's car, you know, once we assembled it. But definitely had some cool options on it. The jail, because you like put the person in the jail and then it would disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, it had everything. Most self-contained playset you could think of.
I like the crane, like how we were talking that picture that we saw last night. I think it was Smoking Joe's that showed it. That had, I believe it was Breaker hanging from it.
Yeah,
that is a dope. It had, like you said, dope features: the crane, the prison, office space up here.
Little command center up top. Yep. And then it had like you can see where the guy's kneeling down in front. That was like the bubble. I think it had like 2 or 3 driving positions for it. But Steamroller was the guy that came with it, and I remember his hat said "dog" on it. He's just a brute of a dude. It was definitely a cool play piece though. I thought the thing was dope as hell.
Here's the let me get this one too. I found a better photo too, buddy.
My hands are off controls. It's all yours.
All right, so the modern one that came out with Rise of Cobra, this was what it looked like when it was a mobile a mobile platform, and then when it opened up, and that's like Hawk. A pontoon boat. That's Hawk right up there.
Yeah, that should look like a pontoon boat.
This is what it looked like when it opened up. But I believe it came with these crates, these cardboard crates. It came with like a little tennis table over here. You know, it had some cool stuff, man. Had the gel, had like an elevator. The one from Back when we were kids is definitely better. And I wonder why they just didn't redo the mold from this.
Mold probably long gone from them. I mean, that came out in 1987. When did the pit come out?
That's fine.
20 years later.
It's thundering outside, man. My dog's having a panic attack, man.
Joker said, you got a storm rolling through, and I got the ice cream man rolling down the street.
Yeah, it's throwing down outside. But you would think that I remember this being real flimsy, too. So, you would think that it being 20 years later, that they would have come up with something a little better design, man. But
it's a dope looking thing. It's just something to me that reminds me of like the Star Wars, the damn Death Star place that they came out with. That was really like very limited, like for what it's supposed to be. It's not what it's supposed to be. Like, yes, on the outside, okay, it's a cool concept. The mobile command center is what it's supposed to be. I mean.
And speaking of Star Wars, this one always reminded me of that Droid Factory. When it was mobile, I always thought of the Droid Factory in the first Star Wars.
Yeah, that was the Sandcrawler, I think somebody said. Yeah, LJ said a Sandcrawler, but way better. I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, it's just, to me, I'd love to have another one. I mean, my kid would play with that. He's got some smaller figures, and I don't know how the 6-inch would work on it that well, but I'm sure he'd make it work because he's got the Hawk Nest he uses now. I need to go ahead and build Mars Industries.
The only way we'd ever get something like that, or Cobra Island, or any of that stuff would be what GI Customs is doing. It's some kind of subscription plan where you got a little piece of it every month. Because there's no way that they could produce, or somebody would buy something that big all in one price, man. The price point would just be outrageous.
I could probably make it out of I hate to use styrene because that would be flimsy, but in knowing what I did with the clubhouse, I'd want to go back and do it with wood. I could probably do it out of wood or something feel a little more permanent, but it wouldn't be where it could fold. It'd have to stay open.
Well, even that Hawk's Nest you did, that's very reminiscent, of the mobile command center.
Yeah, because I had a
similar idea.
Yeah, I had the motor pool on the bottom left, and the jail was on the bottom with like a gym, and then I'm trying to think, what was the second floor was an armory, medical bay, a talk was up top, landing pad for the damn Skyhawk, and then Hawk's office was on all the way to top, and then I had a helipad up top for the Apache or the Dragonfly. That was a cool little thing to do. And he's got it. I mean, he uses the hell out of that thing. I had to put the doors back on, which I don't understand why, but he wanted the 2 doors on for the garage.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised you gave it to your son to play with, man. That would have been a nice prominent display piece, man, for you to have.
It would, but I didn't want him sitting there just looking at it. I wanted him to play with the stuff too. So he's got his own figures, and I mean, you've seen the table. He's got all his stuff laid out on there. But every day it's something different. He goes in there and rearranges his stuff all the time. I mean, all the time. It's like the bottom's a Mario World. The top is G.I. Joe. His damn room is Mario Go-Kart stuff, like Mario Kart. I mean, he's all over. Which is good because it's just strengthening his imagination and his creativity. All right. Well,
I like this backdrop, man. I'm sitting here looking at all the stuff on the walls of that backdrop behind us, man.
That's what your garage is going to look like when we're done.
That's a dope layout.
It is. I'd love to have something like that, but I know I ain't got the room for it. Not the way it is now. You imagine like being a kid and walking in and seeing something like that? They don't have that joy anymore. Hell, the damn Walmart in Sanford's behind glass, all the toys.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. There's a little bit of that going on in Fayetteville, but not much. On a side note, though, I am curious, man, how many on the chat was able to get that Scarlet and Shebang today at Target?
Yeah, I set my damn alarm to go for that stuff, and I didn't even go.
I had one on pre-order from TJ Maxx, and I got an email saying it was back ordered now till next weekend. Savage went to our local Target here in Fayetteville, and he said he waited about an hour. Is that what he said? 45 minutes? He waited for a little bit of time. It was still in the back, and they kept telling him they were going to bring it out. They had 4, but it got to the point where he couldn't wait no more, and he ended up leaving. So I don't know if they ever brought him out here in Fayetteville. And then you said you tried reaching out to one of your targets, Dookie.
Yeah, because I'm not as close to Fayetteville, and it says I'm like 20 miles of Fayetteville, but traffic coming from up where I'm at down to the Ville, it's going to be kind of a pain. And I looked last night, and I was like, well, they got the one in Fuquay. I was like, that's fairly close. I'll go to Fuquay. The Fuquay one didn't even have it. So I was like, well, that sucks. I said, let me see about Holly Springs. And Holly Springs says you can get it there, and it's in stock, but you can't pick it up anyway. You cannot, no pickup, no delivery, no shipping. So it's kind of odd that they did that. And I'm pretty sure that the 2 guys that Savage met today, I'm pretty sure they didn't get the shit. Because remember when you and I were for IshCon, when we went, I had Ninja Force Zartan in hand, and I walked away to him, and I got to register, and register stopped me. Walmart bypass.
But that was also on. But Dookie, that was also the day before. That was on Saturday.
Yes.
This is Sunday, the day it was supposed to come out.
Yep. And with
this was
Target,
the street date originally for it.
Yeah, but with Target though is I was afraid of driving 25 minutes for nothing. One, it's a suck drive because traffic just sucks that way. Period. 2, it was gonna be a suck drive back. 3, it was early. I would have had to get up at 7, be there by 8, which is not a big deal. I mean, I don't have anything else to do, but I didn't want to go there and just be all pissed off on the way back. Waste of time and effort. I'm not that kind of hunter. My internet hunting skills are much better.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I don't buy like that either, man. Yeah, I think it's cool for all the guys that go and do that, man. But as soon as it goes up for pre-order, man, I'm locking in my order right then and there. Typically,
Now, if that would have been something like, it was a high or a must have for me, then I would have done it. But it's like I told you earlier, it's two figures I don't care about that I will get eventually as a completionist, but they're not high on my list. Now, if it was a Fatal Fluffy, I'd be all over that shit. Just because I want Fatal Fluffies.
So how do you think that's going to go next week? Do you think those are? Well, I guess I heard they're not going up till the following Tuesday. So I think they'll be on display this week coming up, but they'll be going up for pre-order on the 28th. Is that what you're hearing?
They're already up, and I check that website twice a day. It's just not, you can't get them on there.
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna talk. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I've got somebody out there that I know of. I don't want to drop his name in the comments and then get bombarded, but I'm going to ask him if he can get me one in ahead of time, if he's going to go. I don't even know if he's going to go, but I think it's going to be like anything else. Everybody said they didn't want Duke. You couldn't find Duke. They didn't want Cold Slither. Couldn't find Cold Slither. People completely say this thing is garbage, blah, blah, blah. And then when it gets released, you can't get it. I mean, hell, look at Deep Six. Everybody's like, oh, he's a shit figure. You can't move. He sold out. I definitely think the Fatal Fluffies, they're something that hasn't been done before. I'm surprised Big Lob hasn't sold out in classified. I'm surprised that Pythonum didn't sell out, and you can still get those ones, but Cold Slither, I mean.
Yeah, I was just about to say Cold Slither. Yeah. All three of those are great products, man.
And you've got to look, and I get it, there's collectors out there, they're not collectors. They're getting one or two figures they want, and that's it. But from a collector standpoint, you have to look at, was this ever done before? No, it wasn't. So looking at the uniqueness of it or the history behind it, to me, is what draws me in even more. And the Fatal Fluffies, the fact that they're part of the Dreadnought lore because of that whole episode, that little miniseries. How many people are going to be looking for them ferrets now, You're sitting on a couple ferrets. People are going to want them things. I've got 2 or 3 myself. I'm not giving them up because I need them for the Fatal Fluffies now. And when they announced it, that completely changes what you can do with your displays if you want to hang them up, And to me, it's a 2-pack. You get the little one and the big one. So I just need to get 3.
That was my next question. How many are you shooting for?
Yeah, 3.
Trying to get 3.
Bobby said, I saw they had the Fatal Fluffies plus Shipwreck and Demings on Pulse, but it says coming soon. Yeah, we keep checking on that. I know between me, you, and Savage, we keep jumping around. I'm curious to see when it's going to come out.
I'm pretty sure somebody said it's going to be the following Tuesday. I heard that the pre-order for the girl, the Tomb Raider, that's going to go up first.
Oh, Lara Croft.
Yeah, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, and then a couple days later, it's going to be the Tuesday after SDCC. The other stuff will go up, but last year at SDCC, they also had the All Striker and Slice and Dice on hand. So I'm curious to see if they'll have anything like that this year that's on something that might be on pre-order that hasn't dropped for us yet, but they might be able to get it. I bet they might have like Deep Six or something like that for sale at SDCC, like maybe the Vamp 2 and Deep Six.
Yeah, I think they'll have Cadet Deming and the Fatal Fluffies there for you to purchase if you're in person.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
they'll have a limited number of them, But
yeah, because you could buy a Cold Slither last year there, right? In person?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying though is, we already know that they're gonna have the exclusives is the Shipwreck, Cadet Deming, and the Fatal Fluffies. But what I'm saying is, on top of that, I think they're going to have a couple of items that are up for pre-order right now, but you'll be able to buy them ahead of time if you're at the show in person.
I'm pulling up Pulse right now. Hold on. Hopefully, tell me if this starts to lag me down. Remove your stuff. I'll see if I can pull Pulse up real quick. Or if you can pull Pulse up, because yours is faster than mine. And just throw it on that other screen. Knock Renegade said he bookmarked SDCC page. And like Savage said, I'm a fan of that stuff too. HK, what's up, man? I'm a fan of seeing what they come out with. I mean, I'm not a toy collector. I'm a Joe collector, and I collect what goes with my figures for the most part. But I like seeing the other stuff that comes out. It's interesting to see. I honestly forgot what's coming. Like, I used to keep up with this shit pretty good. And this whole year, like we were talking, I've backed down some.
Is it up?
Yeah, it's up there. So you got Cadet Deming with Shipwreck, which I'm going to get one of those. You've got the Fatal Fluffies, which that's what I'm going hard for off the bat. Mr. Samada, and then we'll probably be there for sale. But to me, see, that's like a 7.5, 8-inch figure.
Yeah, it's bigger than Big Lob. But look at the colors, man. That face, man. That thing's gonna freaking pop, man. This is gonna be dope.
And it can go with, not only is it G.I. Joe, you can use that with friggin' those other weird lines that I don't collect, like Savage Crucibles or Mythic Legions. It's just a creature, If you wanted to, you could throw it in there with that.
I like this head sculpt right here with the flames coming out the mouth. That's crazy.
It's just a diabolical little monster. And the packaging on this, like I said before, and I'll say it again, if Hasbro was smart and they wanted to sell this shit to kids, which I know it's an adult collectible, regardless how we spin it, and the line's going to die with us when we're dead and buried. You're not going to have many G.I. Joe fans out there. Like, my kid's a rarity. If Hasbro wanted to do this the right way, you should walk down Walmart right now, and in the cereal aisle, you should see a box of Fatal Fluffies. They should have marketed that shit to kids, put the shit out there, and then when the toys come out, guess what they're doing? They're creating new fans. But without marketing like that, and without having a damn cartoon like we did when we were kids aren't going to do it. There's no video game. There's nothing to tie these kids to G.I. Joe. Nothing at all.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying last night on Night Force with the that Turtles line that they just dropped. I'm hoping that will bring some kids into the G.I. Joe. But this right here, this is what I would bet that they have. I bet they either have Action Man, Deep Six, the Vamp, or the Hal. I bet they'll have two of these four for sale at SDCC.
Oh, probably all of them. I wouldn't be surprised if they had them all there. I heard the 4-wheeler and the Trouble Bubble are coming soon. I mean, they should be right around the corner. And Deep Six is a dope fig. I mean, I had him as a kid. He was my tub buddy, That's the one I played with in the tub. That and the Barracuda. And I like the way they redid him. He's not supposed to be a diver. He's not supposed to be movable. He's way the hell down and under the ocean, like in the bottoms of it. So, to me, he's a dope looking figure.
He's going to be a big boy too, man.
Yeah, Bobby said the same thing right here. Like I would actually sit down and eat cereal like a little kid again if they did that. Crossword puzzle in the back or something like that. My kid does that with a cereal box now. So I really missed the mark with that Fatal Fluffy. Somebody needs to be backslapped for that one. And that clutch is, it's a vamp. That's all it is. And you can assemble it from Gridiron, Pixis Designs, and all those other ones. But clutch is another figure people don't have. Everybody got a vamp. So now at least they can get it. So that thing's going to go like crazy. I'm surprised. Did we pre-order that yet?
Oh, yeah. This was Yojo June that we pre-ordered.
Is it sold out?
This. No.
I'm surprised that thing hasn't sold out. And people are going to bitch if they don't have a clutch. They're going to be like, oh, this thing, I wanted the tan one, or I wanted it. You had your chance to buy it. It's been up for a month. So don't complain if you can't get the stuff after SDCC.
They're saying Dusty sold out.
I'm
surprised this shit sold out. How this still out?
I missed Dusty. I didn't pre-order him, and I'm kicking myself in the butt for that one, but I'll get it down the road. Knock Renegade said they will re-release version 1. Yeah, they're going to, but hopefully they change it up for us to actually have the real vamp so we can differentiate the two. What up, Savage? You got Savage. You got to put Savage.
What up, Savage? Night Force family.
Put that first slide up there, Savage, on there, so he can see himself in there.
Oh, hold on.
To infinity and beyond. But I mean, there's so much stuff that's coming out; it's gonna be ridiculous. I'm glad I cut back some. There you are, Mike. Looking at the box art.
Well, we'll see, man. I'm pretty confident that because it was Slice and Dice in the All Striker last year, so I would imagine it would be Deep Six and the Vamp Mark II, or Deep Six in the HAL, or Action Man. You know, they'll probably have something. So nice surprises. But like Savage was saying last night, I'm just excited to see all that stuff that they have on display. You know, hopefully they'll have like the Snowcat versus the Hiss, like a nice setup for that.
I was just going to say that. You know, that's one of the things I look forward to the most is seeing what they do with the Has Lab, or whatever the big vehicle is that they use as a diorama piece, because they made the one for the Rattler last year, and it was just a runway, like just dirt. I mean, it was easy. If you look at it, it's easy. It's a piece of damn dirt with a couple of lights, like a landing strip. And that gave me the idea when we got the Rattler to go ahead and do the hangar for mine. So I pull kind of, from their stuff a little bit. So I'm curious to see. I mean, I don't even have the damn room for the Snowcat, and I ordered it. And I got to probably cut one of my Arctic Hisses. But I want to see what they're going to do for the snow part.
They had one. They did have one last year, Dookie, but it was a smaller setup, man. They had remember Snake Eyes and the polar bear was out. They had that in the Dio, and I think Frostbite. It wasn't a very big one, but that wasn't even the real Snowcat, man. That was just like the one that they probably 3D printed to get the mold, the sculpting mold. So whatever they have on display should be pretty close to the one that we're getting in hand pretty soon, man.
Yeah, and it's not just that. It's like all the stuff they show for every line. A lot of them do like displays like that. I pulled from stuff like that, so I like seeing the display stuff to see what I can do to my shelves that make it a little bit different. I mean, you've seen my stuff. I can't just have them standing there. I like to put them in a scene and have them tell a story. And now I'm getting to the point where I want them to tell a story, but I want that scene to be reusable if I decide to pull figures out and put different figures back in. Because before I was just doing it for, the figures I was putting in there. But now I'm trying to make it a universal scene, I guess you could say.
Right.
Once we get your shelves up, it's going to be go time.
Yeah, we're going to put in some work in the garage.
I'm going to have to bring a sleeping bag.
So did I tell you the final count? The scorecard?
Yeah, probably, I'm going to guess 6-4.
7-3. 7-3.
If we were on just number one, I would have had you. That damn slam got me.
That's all I got to say, baby. The champ is here.
I wanted to use my photo, too, that I sent you. My little AI picture. Oh, well. I'll get you in the next one. So you're out of town next week. We ain't doing one next week. So the next time we will be on, it will be August. Put it on the calendars, everybody. August 9th. I know I'm random. I know I say every other week, but Seagram's out of town next week, and we said we ain't doing back-to-backs. And August 2nd, I can't do it because it is SummerSlam, and SummerSlam's a 2-day event, and I don't miss wrestling. So to me, wrestling is right there with G.I. Joe. And I need to watch Oba Fleming and Brock Lesnar with my son because he is all up about this damn Obafemi and Brock Lesnar one, which is gonna be Brock's last match. And I know this ain't a wrestling channel, but speaking of Brock Lesnar, the dude, give him his props. He's the only heavyweight champion for both wrestling and UFC to hold both belts. And he's a NCAA champion for wrestling for college. So the dude's a legit actual fighter, in my opinion, and a hell of an entertainer.
And he also made a great road pig custom before road pig came out. A lot of people are using him as a road pig stand-in.
And now that I think about it, Brock Lesnar is in my shelf right now as my SWAT commander.
Oh, is he?
I use him as he's just got a T-shirt, the old Outback book. And he's just standing there like this, and it just says SWAT across his shirt. But he's my T-shirt SWAT commander.
Now, I do got to show this real quick before we get out of here. You know, Dookie said we was going to go up 1-to-1 on the most wanted classified vehicles, and Dookie got cocky and sent this over earlier.
My poor buddy is all over.
He said he was going to put a whooping on me. Man, damn, dude, what'd you do? Stomp my concrete, stomp me, man, and drag me over here. You got the blood trail.
At first, when I first did it, it didn't have, and it was funny because you showed me the thing with the belt, the little GIF, whatever you want to call it, and I was like, man, I gotta one up your ass in that. So I did it, and then I didn't have your figure in there. He just standing with the baseball bat. I'm like, well, that's not really telling a story. I went back and looked at the picture, the family photo we did when you came with the action figures, and I was like, put this guy in the ground getting beat up. So that's what.
Bro, you got me completely twisted, man. You got my neck. You got my ammo pack. You got me all fucked up.
I didn't even see that.
You get me a whooping, man.
That's a dope photo, though. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like what you do with the AI, man. You do a good job with that stuff, bro.
But this got me thinking of, and it was funny because I did that thing, and then I was down in the garage grabbing these bikes, and I kind of had the bikes. You know, the last thing I did for the video for the Knox was in the living room. They're on the thing, and I told you and Savage last night I should have put the damn cops behind them. I may have to redo that scene with the cops or something, but I put them in front of the clubhouse, and like the bikes were pulling in. So when I did that figure for tonight, it gave me an idea. I can go a whole direction with that right there. So I don't want to spoil it, but the black will be coming back to the clubhouse. Cops are going to be coming to the clubhouse. So it gave me an idea of like 10 different videos I can do. It's crazy where you get inspiration sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you need to write all that shit down and stay on top of it, man. Because I do that all the time.
I got a book.
I'll come up with a great idea, and then I'll be thinking about it at work, like, yeah, I can do this, this, and this, and then I never get to it, man.
Yep. Yeah, I got a book downstairs with everything in it. So, I mean, I'll have to show it to you next time, or I'll put it up in here. It literally has everything I've done in there. You know, I've got in red ink whether I did it or not, but like come up with Knott County, the recipes for the figures, everything's in there. So, but hell, we've been on 2 hours. I know you weren't tired. I know I got to go shut the damn pool down for the HOA. But I appreciate everybody in the replay. I appreciate everybody who was here tonight. I think we're up to like 25 at one point. Thank you. Hope you have a good trip down in Panama City. Speaking of which, how many wild bills did you get?
I just got one right now. Because I honestly.
Did you hear about the variant?
What, on a different card?
The messed up packaging? Yes.
It's crazy. Was it a Crazy Legs? It was a different wave, right?
I think it was Grunt or something like that. Yeah. If you come across one and you don't need it, snatch it from me since you're gonna be going down that way.
Yeah, man, that whole wave really disappointed me, man. Even this Grunt right here, man. This Grunt, man, he's got like no freaking neck, man. I mean, he looks okay, but there's just something about that neck, man.
What up, Gonzo? He been doing them side to sides. That's why doing them neck workouts.
But yeah, that was just a disappointing wave, man. I'm glad that there's some figures on there that like newer collectors were maybe able to get, but Me personally, man, I was so happy and satisfied with the first Wild Bill, and I got 4 Dragonflies, so I already got 4 HasLab Wild Bills. So I just got one of the retro cards just to keep on card and do something with it like that. I doubt I'll even open them, man.
Yeah, like I was telling you guys before, I mean, John at Toy Store, he went through 6 cases of Wild Bill. And he was on vacation. I went there to get the last wave or whatever, and the guy Keith was like, "Hey, was like, I'll give you a hand putting stuff up." And I asked him when he got back from vacation, I'm like, "Hey man, how many Wild Bills did you sell?" Because he had one in the back for me. He's like, "I went through 6 cases." He's like, "I only got 3 left in the peg, and plus yours in the back." I was like, "Damn,
Bro,
but
I don't understand their thinking, man. I mean, they're in it to make money. You know how much money they would have made if they would have given us that blue and orange Wild Bill on the retro card? I know there's a lot of people saying, yeah, but there's people that didn't get this Wild Bill with the HasLab. That's fine. We could have still got the Wild Bill, the cartoon Wild Bill on the retro card now, and they still could have given us another Wild Bill later on, man.
What's up all day?" Yeah, they should have. Wasn't he blue and orange in the cartoon too?
Yeah, he had like an orange vest, blue outfit.
That's going to be coming because he's the only one wearing a flight suit.
I think they just missed the opportunity. That would have been the good one. That would have been a dope one to have on the retro card.
Yeah,
especially since they're already kind of doing like cartoon versions on the or Sunbow versions on the retro cards. But hey, it is what it is, man.
we can all go back and shoulda, woulda, coulda stuff on everything we do in life, but I'm just happy they keep coming out with figs, because if we ain't getting them, something's gonna be wrong. So buy the shit whether you want it or not. If you're a completionist, and then if you're on the fence, buy it, because if we ain't buying it, they ain't gonna be making it. That's for damn sure. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, Bobby. They're gonna do that, the Cav looking one. But they better get the damn acorns on the Stetson right, because that Stetson needs to be black. And those acorns, they're all different colors for a reason. They might need to have a military liaison, hint, hint.
Well, what you got coming out this week? You doing anything else this week? You got any customs you're finishing up? How many bikes you working on right now?
Not finishing up a custom, but damn, mine just went blank. Jay Spellbound. So I told you I got 4 bikes in for $100 on eBay.
Okay.
Jay Spellbound's getting one, because I told him I was going to hook him up since he helped me out at Joe Fest with that Fallujah bike I made a couple weeks ago. And I was hitting, you and Savage already know, but I'm going to send Roper a bike. And I talked to him already. So I'm going to be working on those 2 bikes. I actually just heated and popped those tanks and wheels and stuff off today. And I need to get with Mini Arms. I need to get a couple more parts for the bikes, because I'm going to send up Roper and Spellbound, both going to get a decent bike. So they scratch my back, I'm going to scratch theirs. And the only thing I asked Roper was just give me credit in the photos for the bike. I don't need the credit for the photo. Just tag the bike as Evil One Cycles or something, whatever it is. Try to get this out there. People that ever say they want bikes. And it's funny because I see people doing photos with the bikes that aren't Marvel Legends, and everybody's got their own style and stuff, but when I see it sitting on a small bike, it just don't look right, Like if they're not angling it right, the Marvel Legend one, you can do whatever you want with it. The angle's always going to be right with the what am I trying to say? The size comparison. It's not going to ever look small or big.
Knock Renegade's asking about Headman. I think it's just going to be a fly dude in a suit with a Stetson hat, not Stetson hat, but a gangster hat. And I hope they don't put that mask on him, man. That mask was always corny, like the Lone Ranger mask.
Yeah, I don't think they will. He's coming. I mean, Synapse is the Headman all day. They didn't come out that outfit for nothing, But yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I'm working on bikes. I'm going with this rescue truck that I'm working on. I'm running into little things here and there I want to fine tune. So, I've got the overall concept of it down. I want it to be good. And I'm trying some stuff I haven't tried before. So we'll see what happens. Slow and steady.
It's coming along. I like what you've already done with it, man. You got some good pictures that you showed us.
Yeah, I can see if they put a slip over or something. As long as it ain't permanent. That doesn't need permanent for Headman. Look. Replay Squad, again, thank you for watching. If you did, those of you that have been in here and are always here, I greatly appreciate it. And know Seagram does too. It gives us time to just get away. And this is like my sanity, I guess, 2-3 times a week. So appreciate everybody and stay tuned for what happens with SDCC. And we will be back on August 9th for Under the Cut. Don't know what we're going to do yet. I got a couple ideas, and Seagram's got a couple ideas. We're going to try to change some stuff up a little bit. Just trying to make it a fun show for everybody to watch. And
make it official.
Yeah.
And bring the ruckus.
Oh, shit. Bring out that Wu-Tang.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
Everybody else?
Appreciate you having me on, though, bro. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, peace. We'll see y'all in the other shows. A lot of the people that watch this show are in the other chats. So I'll holler at everybody later on this week.
Those of you out there, again, say your prayers for Jetman. I know he's in the hospital, and Gojo's got some family members in the hospital too. So there's always somebody out there that's worse off than you. Just keep that in mind. So if you can, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I'm not a religious guy myself, but I do my part to who I believe to. So everybody else, have a good week, and then or a good couple weeks. Enjoy San Diego Comic-Con for the toys you don't want to buy, and we will see you on the 9th if we don't see you sooner than that.
Well, Saturday. We'll see you Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
On the Night Force. Come on now. Can't forget about the foundation.
Yeah, you'll be sitting there with the beach chair.
I'll be on the patio with a little drink, a little Corona maybe.
You gotta get you a Chuckles shirt.
Oh, hell yeah. That'd be nice. But all right.
Yeah, don't forget, tune into Night Force Saturday night. 10 or 10:10 or 10:20 or 10:30, whenever the hell Savage decides to do it. Just keep your bell
10,
notifications on to him. 10:10. We'll catch you all on the flip side. Appreciate it.
Thank you for responding to my transmission. It has enabled me to lock firing coordinates on your headquarters